Hello, you're watching Sightline. Today we have got two guests in our studio, Vice President of JCI Mongolia, Mr. Энхдэлгэр, and Secretary General, Mr. О.Наранбаатар. So it's great to have you in our studio. Thank you for coming, gentlemen.
Yeah, thank you. Great to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah,
It's our
thank you
pleasure.
for having us today.
So the Junior Chamber International is a non-profit international non-governmental organization of young people. And this year it marks the 30th anniversary of the Mongolia's membership to JIC. So happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So, Энхдэлгэр Наранбаатар, could you briefly explain to our audience what JIC's mission is? And also, I want to ask that what kind of benefits does it give to the members?
Okay. Thank you. So just to give you general information about JCI, international organization. JCI has been founded in 1915 in St. Louis, USA. So, and now it's currently has membership in over 120 and 124 countries. And one of it is Mongolia. JCI Mongolia has been founded in 1992. And as you said, it's a very significant milestone year for us. And mission of JCI organization is to provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change.
Young people meaning
yes.
aged between 18 to 40 years old.
Yes, that's correct. Yep. So in terms of benefits and opportunities, all the JCI organizations around the globe, even local organizations, we strive and pursue to give 4 opportunities for our members. One would be individual opportunity is for the individual development, personal development. For a business opportunity, that's for business networking, business collaboration. International opportunity, that's, it's an international organization, so you can do also international networking as well. And the 4th benefit is the social benefit, community benefit, which is basically social responsibility benefit. If you want to give back to the society, definitely you can do that through JCI organization. Yeah.
And Naranbaatar, I'd like to ask you the structure of the organization. So there are in Mongolia 1,200 members and 400 senators and also 1,000 supporters. So could you tell us what do each of the members and senators and supporters do at the JCI?
Thank you for the question. So JCI Mongolia has 15 local organizations. So we have based now 3 cities, the main cities of Mongolia. Exactly. So in ＮÚБ we have 12 chapters, and we have 2 in Darhan and 1 in Erdenet. And just as you mentioned, this year we have over 1,232 members in exact numbers. And our senators are who were active members for at least 3 years, and then those who contributed to the organization. And those who are above 40 becomes senators.
So they're like the retired members. And they would like to contribute still to the
we also call them as an lifetime membership guarantee.
Once you graduate JCI, once you reach over 40, there's 2 categories of members. One is alumni, and the other one is senators. Senators, it's as Secretary General explained, it's the members who has been active at least 3 years. So they basically become a lifelong member, a supporter of JCI organization. Yeah.
So senators are more active than the alumni?
That's correct. They're more recognized and more active, and they also have their own certain structure.
So what are the supporters? What do they do?
So we have different types of supporters. So we can name it as another NGOs or another also the governmental organizations,
the organizations,
and as well as companies. So within the framework, JCI partners with, for example, in 2019 we organized a campaign called One Moment of Patience in Mongolian Nikhorom. So we collaborated with the General Authority of Police Department of Mongolia. So probably our audience aware of this campaign back then. So we have such as many different organizations we collaborate with. So those are also supporting our activities in their own regards.
The way we collaborate with organizations is basically, in general, on annual basis, JCI Mongolia, through its also local chapter organizations, we implement between 60 to 70 projects, social responsibility projects in Mongolia. And So basically, general approach how JCI organization implements those projects is to become the connector, communicator, the coordinator between the government, non-government, and private sector, and to to provide an everlasting positive impact in the community. It's not about like donating money or funds. It's about finding the root cause and actually correcting the root cause by creating all these collaborations. So that's the general idea of the project implementation of JCI organization. So that's how we choose our partners.
You said that there are 15 chapter organizations in Mongolia. JCI has a great collaboration both within its organizations and also with other organizations, as we've talked about. So to name more, JCI Mongolia held a cooperation meeting with the JCI Vietnam recently. And also JCI is the only organization that can provide consultations to the United Nations and also works closely with UNICEF and UNESCO. So could you elaborate on all these partnerships and cooperations? How do you manage these organizations? How many partner organizations do you have?
Right. So, one of the big opportunities that JCI organization provides is the networking and collaboration opportunities. And so we can collaborate, with any of these 124 national organizations that's around the globe. And as you mentioned, we had recently a joint board meeting with JCI Vietnam. We have similar meetings with our, closest partners, partnering countries like Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, Turkey, Russia. So with all those countries, we do regularly, at least twice a year, we do have joint board meetings. And we try to, support each other in different projects and campaigns, and also support each other on the membership networking and to enhance the collaboration between the two countries. And and you also mentioned about the collaboration with the United Nations. So on international level, there are several strategic partners that the JCI organization work with. One is the United Nations. Another few is like, for example, BNI, ISAC is another one, and there's a fourth one, International Chamber of Commerce. So basically, it kind of goes back to the history of JCI. For example, in 1944-45, when the UN was about to be established after the Second World War, they were considering several locations for their headquarters office. One was in Geneva, Switzerland. One was in Manhattan, New York. And so as we all know, the current headquarters is located in Manhattan, right? So at that time, the land was owned by a JCI member at that time. So the UN wanted to kind of buy the land from that person, right, businessman. And so he basically said, I could give you the land, but in return, I need two things. One is I would like the right to use your logo in the JCI logo. So you could see the UN globe, a UN logo, a globe is also, you can see it in the JCI logo if you could see
in
it
the background.
Well, it's inside that shield. Inside the shield, there is a globe logo that you can see on the UN logo as well. So,
and what's the second part?
Second is to become a partner organization to the UN. So we're the only youth organization that has a consultation right with UN. And so, as you know, UN they initiate these Millennium Challenge goals or Sustainable Development Goals, right?
So you work with
So
those
we
goals.
basically work as an international arm to progress to move the SDGs forward in all those countries. So all these 60 to 70 projects that we implement on annual level, most of them are actually is related to progressing.
Sustainable Development Goals.
Yeah, with SDGs. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So JAC members are very busy, like collaborating and working and networking with all those people. Right. So we've talked about the benefits, like four benefits: the individual, business, and the international and community. So when you recruit a new member, what do you require from them? Like, what kind of skills do they have to be in order to become a member of JAC?
Okay, that's a great question. So, according to our constitution, there are only two requirements to be a member of JCI.
So one is to be the age.
Exactly. So those who want to be member should be aged between 18 to 40, and the second one is the guy must be active. Active. Yes.
So how do you what is an active person? How many other activities, extracurricular activities does that person have to be involved?
Right. So actually, that requirement varies from chapters to chapters. It depends on the chapter's requirements. Right. So for example, some chapters require the members to be a higher or senior administrative level of a company, a manager or above. And some chapters just require to be active members, just like I mentioned before. So it really varies from chapters to chapter.
Okay. So I think lots of our audience who have heard your answer are intrigued to become a member.
Thank you.
So the tenure of board members, so the members, they can, if they're active and if they're successful, they can be part of the board members like you. So the tenure of most board members lasts for a year, and then the next year another people will replace them. So for this year, you have got this motto to shine bright. And so could you tell us more of the this year's plan? What are you aiming to achieve for the year 2022?
You want to start on that?
Yeah, sure. Let me give a start. So that's a very interesting part. So JCI values the democratic system. So we have each local and national organizations practice 1 year to lead self-governing system. And members hold elections, and those who are elected have a chance to lead for their own way for 1 year.
Members cast their ballots, not the senators.
Yes, exactly. That's it. Yeah. So and it also brings the value of democratic system and also calls for the participation of youth for the elections for not only JCI but in national levels as well. Right. And
so this year's plan.
This year's plan, right. So this year is a milestone year for us. So we're celebrating our 30th year anniversary. So JCI Mongolia has a very big plan for throughout the year. So we have at least 2 to 3 events each month, right? And we will be celebrating our anniversary on the 20th of August this year.
20th of August.
And we will have delegates from JCI headquarters and the other JCI national organizations. And also we will have different activities such as international golf tournament. So we'll have participants from different countries. And also we're having a concert amongst our members, etc. Right.
We're going to have a business conference and so various different activities around that time. And I just want to kind of mention about our flagship projects actually for this year.
The mentor and mentee.
Well, that's one of them, and I can elaborate on that as well. So there's 4 flagship projects that were implemented this year. One is Save Angels project. It's about reducing the mortality rate of the infants. The second one is the One Community. It's that a moment of patience was a social impact project together with the general authorities of police. So that project is being continued, but focusing on different social issues, right?
What kind of social issues is it?
Well, I mean, this year I think the local chapter who will be implementing that project is gonna focus on the social bullying and against the social, social media, cyberbullying, and also internet crimes like web-based crimes, And the third one is Mentorship for Rise. So this year we are implementing that project as a flagship project because we want to do it on an international scale. So it's actually going to be 3 different classes, but one of them is one of the classes is about supporting the young enterprising leaders of JCI Mongolia who actually has a startup business, who's trying to found his own business, his or her business, and we're basically selected 30 mentees, and
from
we actually
your members.
Well, from JCI Mongolia members, and we've also invited mentors from 34 different countries, actually, and some of them are like JCI officials, JCI international officials, and most of them are other 30 countries' national presidents, So we've successfully collected 34 mentors, actually, from 34 different countries. So, like definitely in the recent JCI history, we haven't seen a project that kind of covered such a big scale. Yeah, so definitely it's creating a buzz about JCI Mongolia, about the country itself, right, Mongolia, on international scale. So definitely at least 34 countries will have a good understanding of Mongolia.
And what's the fourth one?
Household project. Household, it's basically all our 15 chapters, local chapters, they are being responsible for one AMAC province, AMAC, and so basically we're focusing to supporting the small enterprises, like household enterprises, micro enterprises, to help the local economy, So that's our flagship project.
For flagship project, and also other projects throughout the year. About the mentorship programs, it said that there are 3 classes, and one is for startups and like businessmen who would like to have mentors, like international members. And could you elaborate on the other 2 classes of the program?
Yeah, sure. So the first class is towards our recently joined JCI new members. So the mentors will be JCI experienced
old
members, those who are having higher positions in JCI Mongolia and the local organizations.
So one mentor should have one mentee.
Exactly, right. So we have 30 mentees and 30 mentors. So for the first class, we have total 60 participants. Yeah.
And another one?
Yeah, and the second class is for those who are just recently graduated from universities and college and starting just their career. So those mentees will not only limited to JCI members, it can be anyone. And the mentors will be those who are successful in their career field, and those who are like, we could call them influencers probably, right? So we also 30 mentees and 30 mentors for that class.
So it's been fantastic to hear all of these projects and missions. I would say that the reason that the JCI organizations are very successful is the concept of the JCI organizations. And so could you elaborate on the protocol and etiquette of JCI?
Yeah, so basically my belief about JCI organization has been around for over 100 years now, around the globe, and foundation of that is definitely a organizational culture. That's one thing, but what's driving that organizational culture is the Constitution. Constitution. We also list our values. There are 6 values that we list. We go by all the founding values of the democratic U.S. Values, like free economy, supporting diversity, democratic values, and whatnot. So all those values are listed. And talking about the etiquette and protocol is basically it's based on the international diplomatic protocols. So all the protocols are followed and administered are basically is adopted from the international recognized diplomatic protocol. So the meeting protocol, the banquet protocol, dinner, wherever we go, we have to adhere by the protocol. Even how we dress, like for example, we today have our name tags on the right, our JCI pin on the left, and you have to have a dark suit in order to abide by the protocol. So.
Smart clothes.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Эйхдэлгэр ND and Наранбаатар, for coming to our studio and introducing us to your wonderful JCI organization, JCI Mongolia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us today again.
You watched Sightline. Our today's guests were Naranbaatar and Éйхдэлгэр from JCI Mongolia. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.